Welcome back to another weekly recap. On the prep series, we will be recapping 4 weeks out from the NPC Midwest Gladiators and 6 weeks out from the Ben Weider Natural Pro-Am. And then going forward, setting the standards for 3 weeks out and 5 weeks out from those two shows. As always, we'll cover training, nutrition, activity, cardio, etc., and just give kind of a recap and update on how prep is going. And with that being said, first update Monday, October 16th. Yesterday evening, probably had one of my worst nights of sleep in prep, unfortunately. I'm not sure why that is, just happens sometimes. We're 8 months into prep, and I probably still got a nice 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep, and then just laid around for an hour or two. It's nothing too harsh in terms of the sleep. Definitely getting a lot colder outside. The winter air is definitely here, even in Texas. Just capped out some morning steps, and you'll probably see the sweatshirt every recap video just because it's getting cooler. It's a nice big 2X sweatshirt, super comfy. But moving on from the kind of jibber jabber, we will hop over to training first and foremost. Gonna try and keep this video nice, short, and sweet, and to the point for you guys. So yeah, sticking to the same old, we'll have the push, lower, pull to start off the week, and then hop into cardio and arms, and then an upper and a lower session. So on screen, you're seeing my first 3 days of the week. No big changes at all to these days. Last week, we did go ahead and kind of do a back off on the Arsenal pendulum from the 4 plates to 3.5 plates, and honestly found that to be really helpful. Was able to get more into an execution, and then also kind of rep range in terms of unbroken reps in that set of 10, to where I'm a lot more happy and feel like I'm still getting the same muscular tension and kind of exertion out of the set with a lighter load. So just going to be better for systemic fatigue and then recovery in general there. So nothing else changing in those first few 3 days, and now throwing up the next 3 days for you guys. Got the cardio and arms, upper, and then finishing out the lower. In terms of training, very hit or miss depending on the day, with calories being a bit lower, and we'll get into that in a bit. But just for example, the leg press felt terrible on my last lower day. My Saturday session does tend to be like the hardest session, especially mentally for me, the end of the week. And then also just obviously being a leg session, really have to bring the energy and intensity to keep numbers up there. So yeah, leg press, especially the 6 plate set, just felt horrible. Thankfully locked in mentally for those last 2 sets, and just happy with that execution. But yeah, at this point in prep, training is rough. I won't lie to you guys. It's a battle each and every session to keep hitting those same weights. But we're making it through for sure. Just a couple more weeks of grinding, and then we are capping out the 2023 prep series. So want to get everything out of it I can. And with that being said, hopping over to the nutrition and activity portion. So you'll see the last 2 weeks on screen. Did bring down calories a bit, and that's one of the highlights of this video that I wanted to touch on. I can kind of survive and get by pretty easily at around the 2,000 to 2,200 calorie mark. So that's kind of what we're going to run with. As you guys are seeing on screen, last week's protein was at 236 average, carbs 187, and then fat 58. So kind of going forward, we'll be targeting in between that 2,000 to 2,100 calorie range on each day. And then I will probably include just a day or two that we pull that more up towards that 2,400 number. That was the average of 5 weeks out, roughly, just to give myself a bit more carbs, especially around those training days, like the last leg day of the week, stuff like that, where I see I could benefit from having a bit more food, whether it's just a psychological thing or not. But yeah, that came out as a caloric total of 2,172 calories. And then for cardio, just continuing the 250 calories on the elliptical. So I'll just set the resistance to 12 and then do 20 minutes, kind of lapsing over 250 calories and 2 miles distance wise. And then average weekly weigh-in, happy with it coming out to a loss of negative 0.86 pounds. Looking to honestly be anywhere half a pound to a pound a week. Still kind of targeting to get average weigh-ins in those low 190s by the NPC Midwest Gladiators. And then from there, kind of hold that into the Ben Weider Natural Pro-Am. And then with the posing, you guys will see, or probably have been seeing on screen by now, we do have the nice black backdrop, so hopefully that helps out with the footage quality and just being able to see the physique a bit more clear. I won't lie to you, I've been lazy on shaving, partly due to it being freezing outside, partly due just to energy levels being low at this point in prep. But yeah, that really covers everything in terms of how we're doing on kind of all fronts of prep. We're hanging in there mentally, hanging in there physically. It's just definitely a digging time, being at like 3 weeks out now. But as always, hopefully you guys did get some value out of this video. If you did, definitely leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for future prep content and questions. Definitely leave those down below in the comment section. But as always, have a great rest of your day and stay fit.